Hey, it's Tom from Inspiration Metalworks, and welcome to another live stream. It's been a while since we've been posting anything lately, so I just wanted to give everybody a quick update on what's been going on and just catch up, give you a little tour of what's happening here. You can see things look maybe a little different for you, and we'll get into that in just a minute. So just making sure that things are working here. Just doing a quick check. Looks like everything is online and ready to go. First thing to go over, I think, is just some changes with YouTube, right? So I tend to post, I guess it's, over here, this thing. I would usually do an overlay of the chat because chat didn't used to be recorded. Well, it appears that since I last did an update, chat is now recorded. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing that or not. I'd love for some feedback as we go along, either if you're watching this or if you're watching the recording. And let me know what you think of that part of it. Do you want me to keep that side? Sorry. Do you want me to keep that window up there now that it's being recorded and archived? Do you care? Is it just okay just to leave it? Let me know what you think. I know that was, in the past, it was a big deal because there were a lot of things that were talked about in context during the recording. It would be in chat on the window here, and not everybody would repeat it, things like that. So, it kind of helped people follow along. But apparently that has changed now. So yeah, so feedback would be great. Let's see, how's everything looking so far? From my side, it looks like it's working. So that is that's a good thing. So we'll stick with that. All right. So where have I been? I haven't really posted much lately, and I wish it were for better reasons, but I've been really sick. This has been 6 or 7 weeks now that I've been really sick. 2 different rounds of antibiotics, different kinds of antibiotics, steroids, all sorts of stuff, and it beat me down. Even now, my stamina is not great. I missed work. I missed all kinds of things. I haven't been out in the shop an awful lot, so if I'm not out here, nights or weekends or whatever, if I'm beat, then I just don't have content to show you guys. I didn't think it was worth just kind of recording something and not be valuable to everybody. So yeah, I haven't been out here much. I have been getting a few things done, a little bit here and there, and I did get the plasma cam up and running and get that started, and so there's a few things that we should probably go over. Things that I have managed to accomplish since I've posted my last video with any real content in it, other than just going to that fundraiser the other day. Hey Duncan, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining. So yeah, the first, I'll tell you what, let's do this. I'm going to change camera angles, and let's give you a different view here. All right. So I've moved where I'm sitting, right? So I used to have 2 desks over here. I had one actually where the lathe is, over, actually from here it's probably about there. Wow, it's really hard to do this. What am I doing? Keep moving that way. There we go. I used to have a desk over there and a desk here. I moved one of the desks over into the wood shop area, and I shifted everything over because what I realized in my original layout, after about a month or 2 of having everything in here, that it wasn't laid out properly. And I kind of knew that was going to happen, so I didn't get too comfortable with it. I just kind of got things in here when the movers came. And yeah, so I've been moving things around. The brother's still right here behind me. That has not moved. That's kind of the anchor. There's a couple of things that anchor the whole shop, so that's one of them. But I did move the lathe around, and I moved where the 440 is. Right? You guys can kind of see that. Hey George. Sorry. Again, I've been pretty ill, so I'm still getting caught up. The Colchester's still on the other side of the brother, and then I've got the Rongfu, the RF40, the mill drill, kind of on the end. And then I tell you what, let me change camera angles for you. You'll be able to see the other side of the shop. I think that's probably about right. Well, yeah, I guess about like that'll work. Okay, and then on the other side, as you can see, this is my mess. I'm still kind of sorting through, moving things around. And so I've got the plasma cutter set up, and on my welding table right now is the X-Carve. Now the X-Carve is going to get moved over into the wood shop as well. So I just have, it takes 2 people. It's kind of big. It's about 4 foot square with the waste board and the controls and everything. So I'll get my wife or somebody to help me move that as we get things set up over there. So we're finally getting settled in here. And having all the equipment in the right place was one of the bigger things that I needed to get accomplished before I could really finish doing some of the other work that I wanted to do. So now that that's done, you can kind of, oh, this is over here, sorry. You can see I still got the airlines. I haven't run any airlines. I've just been taking a drop line and running it where I needed it for the time being, which is fine for short term, but not the way that we want to do it for long term. So we will definitely be getting those run, but hopefully that shouldn't be too bad. And then the finishing up wiring. I want to run 220, a dedicated 220 over to where the lathe is. Actually, I'll run one for both lathes. The brother I've got kind of cobbled together with some patch panel kind of things. We will get some dedicated wiring and airlines run for that as well. So once that's done, things will should be able to get going. I have been making parts just a little bit here and there, and mostly I've been doing work on the plasma cutter because it's been kind of a target of opportunity for me. Works come in, friends that need things cut, and timelines can be adjusted here and there, and I've been able to get that done. A little bit of welding jobs. If you follow me on social media, you've probably seen the few work or jobs that I've done recently, because I do post all that kind of stuff on Instagram, and from Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So that part's there. I guess I need to lose my voice again. So what else has been going on? Let's see. I have been working on, since I haven't had much energy, I've been working on some drawings. Over on I do have a Patreon page, and I'm not sure how many folks know about it, but I do have a Patreon page. And I decided at the beginning of the month that I was going to start posting special projects to Patreon. So just kind of as an FYI, I'm using, I'm kind of resetting things. I'm using this time to rethink what I do here, what the shop is, what I do. I still have a lot of work that's been, people asking me about, and I can continue the job shop route, and I'm perfectly content doing that. But I feel like I've been a little scattered. I feel like I haven't been focused enough on any area to really get good at it. And that includes running the business and managing the business. So what I decided to do is I'm going back and just starting over in some ways. Yes, I still have my signs that I do, the sign business and things like that, but I haven't been advertising it. I haven't been doing anything like that. I've just been one-off here and there as people ask about it. I started designing some new products, and I'm taking these products through a release process, and I'm going to document all that on Patreon. So from idea through my iterations, beginning my manufacturing process, and then how I go to marketing, and then finally release it. So that I thought about just recording it and putting it on YouTube, because it would be it's content, right? It's things to put out there, and frankly, there's lessons to be learned from it. But I feel like there's an awful lot of folks out there who make that kind of content. So I figured, rather than spam everybody with it, I would do that just for the people who were actually interested in it. So Patreon, I've got a couple of levels on Patreon, but I think I'm going to just make it a single level. If you contribute whatever you contribute, you'll get access to this. As I do this, I'm actually going to do things like pitch my proposal to you. So in my day job, just so people know, my day job, I'm a product manager. And so what that means, if folks, if you've never heard of that kind of work before, it's my job to go from an idea all the way through development, marketing, and then ultimately bring it to market for the company that I work for. And so that might even mean as far as going all the way through support, sunset, and shutdown of a product, right? So, and then it's never just one thing, right? So it's always lots of things and iterations over time and upgrades and things like that. So that's what I do for my work these days. And I thought, why not leverage what I do for work for my own business? And so I'm going to go that route, and that'll all be on Patreon though. On this channel, I will continue to do things around Fusion 360 and around just general making things. I have been hosting a Titans of CNC small group, so the Titans of CNC Academy small groups. I host group number 83. So yeah, we've had a few meetings. We didn't meet this month because I've been so sick, but we'll get that kicked off again here shortly. And so we go through the different training programs, and so I'll likely have some of that on here as well, what's going on there. So I want to keep the sharing aspect as broad as I can, and then at some point, when it makes sense, I might take some select content that I was doing on Patreon and make that available here. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. So that's what's been going on. I do apologize. I feel like really for the last 6 months or so, maybe even longer, but really the last 6 months, I feel like my content's been very sporadic and not very, not up to par, not what I'm used to producing. So I'm very thankful that folks have stuck around. I've grown past the 3,000 subscriber mark. Something like 3,300 is the last number I saw. So it's interesting, is it keeps continuing to grow, which is awesome. I never thought I'd get 50 people, so to see it continue to grow is great. I appreciate everybody sharing the content, things like that. That's been it's been a lot of fun, and I get a lot of satisfaction out of creating and sharing with everybody, and the interactions that I make because of YouTube and social media and this community that we're in. Which brings me to the last topic I have for our update. We've got some stuff coming up. I want to talk about some shows that I'm going to be at over the next few months. So let's first talk about VidCon. So I will be participating in at least one day of VidCon, which is, I want to say it's June 20th to the 23rd out in Anaheim, California. It is for YouTube content creators. And I will be working on that one, or I will be out there for that part. I'll be out the whole week, but yeah, I'm noticing the audio too. I'm not sure why I'm only getting single channel. Sorry about that. I'll have to figure that out. In the left speaker. All right. How about now? Let's see how that works. So let's see if that improves the audio for you guys. Thanks for the update on that. I see what happened there, but I want to make sure that it's corrected. So that should correct it. Yeah. So where was I? Yeah. So VidCon. I'm going to start my week at VidCon. I'm actually going to be attending a session specifically for YouTube educators, and so for educators who make YouTube content. So I'll be out there. That will be June 20th. Oh, thanks guys, thanks for the feedback. I really appreciate that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's June 20th, a couple days after my birthday. Be out on the west coast, the left coast there, and hopefully that'll be good. I will be going right from there to the Bar Z Industrial Summer Bash, which is in Rancho Cucamonga, so really only about an hour away. But so I'll be spending most of that week out in California. So now when I'm at the bash, I will be doing as much live streaming as possible. So as I'm doing setup on that Thursday, possibly some on that Friday, there is a chance on Friday that I will be indisposed, but there's a special tour that I might get a chance to go on, so secret squirrel kind of thing. So I might do that. But then on that Friday, or sorry, on that Saturday, I will be live streaming for the entire session. That will be on the Bar Z Industrial channel. I don't know if I can stream to both channels simultaneously, but officially it's Stan's stream. I host the stream, so I'm not only the MC for the live stream, but it's the way that I help sponsor the Summer Bash, is I basically run the live stream for him. No, it's not Haas. No, it's actually, well, put it this way, it is a prototyping facility for the military. So we'll just leave it at that. So it'll be interesting, but no cameras kind of thing. So anyways, yeah, I wish I were heading up to the Haas facility. I'd love to get a tour of that, but I just don't have time. So, but that'll be, so I fly in Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm at VidCon in Anaheim. So I'll be there all day. Wednesday evening, I'll drive down to Rancho Cucamonga. And then Thursday, I'll be over doing setup at Stan's. Friday, at least part of the day setup, part of the day I'll be on that tour. And then all day Saturday, we'll be live streaming. And then Sunday, I want to say I head back on Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon. So it'll be a busy week, a long week, but it should be a good one. And again, I will either live stream or vlog as much as I possibly can while I'm out there. Typically, I like to live stream while we're doing setup, while folks are coming in, because it's a little more impromptu, a little more freeform, and I get a chance to just, grab somebody like, Randy Richard or oh gosh, I'm having one of those days. There's like 20 or 30 folks, so it'll be nice to catch up with Jimmy. I guess Jimmy DeResta is going to be out this time. A couple of folks who aren't making it this year, so it looks like John Saunders wasn't on the list. Neither Adam nor Keith appear to be coming, so I'm not sure about that 4-jaw challenge, what we're going to do this year, so we've got to check that one out. But we've got some pretty cool other folks coming in, so yeah, we're just trying to figure that one out. There's a buzzing noise. Is the mic just hot, or am I picking up, like the computer fan might be catching it? Are the audio levels too hot? Is it too high? I'm just trying to figure it out. And I hate the delay that we have, right? Because I know there's people talking. You know, you'll type something in, but it's because it's 20 or 30 seconds or more after I've actually said it. I might be able to adjust audio settings a little bit and see if it clears it up. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so that's June, right? So I'll be at both of those. Now the other end of the summer, electric humming. Yeah, I'll have to check on it. At the other end of the summer, in September, I want to say it's the first week in September. I'll be in Chicago, and there are two things going on. Yeah, so Chicago, we've got IMTS, but I'm sorry, before that, I guess there's an event, John Saunders is doing his open house, but he's alternating every other year now. So 1 year will be in Zanesville at his shop, the other year will be at a different location. So this year we're going to be in Chicago at a facility, I think I forget what we're calling it, small manufacturing summit or something along those lines. But I want to say that's the Sunday before IMTS, and then I'll be at IMTS that week. So at least Monday, Tuesday, possibly Wednesday as well. I'll be out at IMTS. So that's in Chicago. So it would be nice to know if any of you guys are going to be at any of these events. Please let me know. I will do my best to catch up with you, and I like to meet with people and engage and have a little more personal interaction. As much as I like making content for everyone, I like actually having a more two-way engagement. So I will do everything I can. The Saturday of Bar Z, because I'm doing the live stream, it's tough for me to just sit down and talk for long periods of time. But I do get breaks, and because a lot of times what we'll do is we can't simultaneously show all the things happening, so we'll get somebody recording video of different things here and there, and then we will I can insert some of that recording in while I go to the bathroom or something like that, and so you watch one of the events that happen. Hey, one other question while I'm getting some feedback from everybody. I'm noticing it's on this side over here. Does it look like, yep, I can kind of see it. It looks like my whole window wrapped a little, well, I guess that way, wrapped a little bit. I don't know if you guys are seeing that too. Something odd. This camera does that from time to time, and I cannot figure out why. And the only thing that fixes it has been like restarting. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing more Fusion 360 programming. That's a big part of what I do regularly. So I will be doing Fusion 360 focused on lots of different topics. So the different sorry. I will focus on areas that I don't think get the same level of focus on other channels. So I will likely focus on some of the lathe work, or just practical use of the software, as opposed to all the little bells and whistles that you might want to do. I will likely be focusing on a little more practical things. I've had some friends also ask me about doing some special projects. So I'll do some example drawings into CAM that are based on, it won't be the exact thing, but based on the process that they're going through. So definitely more of the Titan piece walkthroughs, absolutely. So that kind of thing. But yeah, but I've also got the plasma cutter, I've got a 3D printer, and I'm about to take possession of, it's an older Epilogue, but yeah, I'm gonna have a laser here at some point as well. So yeah, so I will try and focus a little bit on some of those other areas, places that don't get as much love. So TM119 looks like a cool part. I'll have to go back and look at which one that is. But I really want to do, I want to go through the whole lathe series as well. So not just the mill series, but the lathe series. And then I personally want to go through the work holding, the fixturing series, because I've done a little bit of fixturing, but that's an area that I know I could benefit from. And now that I've got this guy here, I know that having fixtures and being able to swap fixtures out and let the machine run is going to be in my best interest. So I have a personal reason for doing that. But yeah, that is the plan. So yeah, I'm very happy to be doing more of those kinds of sessions. All right. Sorry, folks. I'm losing my voice again. This has been a heck of a year. But yeah, so that's what's been going on. I really appreciate everybody being on today, showing up and watching, and whether you're watching this live or if you're watching the recording, I do appreciate it, because I know you have lots to choose from, and you could be watching all sorts of things, but you are watching this, so thank you very much. Oh, okay, I see. 109M. All right, I'll check that one out. Lathe and mill all together. Cool. Yeah, I wish I had live tooling or something like that, but that's not in the plans anytime soon. I do hope to maybe start opening things up here, more like a makerspace kind of thing, and get more involved in the community itself, my local community. But for right now, the focus is just getting things up and running and safe, so. But I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'm fading quickly. Yeah. Sorry. It's the fun part of being live on camera. I can't hide that. I can't trim that out like I would in a recording. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Thanks for subscribing, if you do subscribe. If you don't and you liked what you saw, go ahead and put it on, click that subscribe button or give me a thumbs up. And I will definitely appreciate that. But for now, I think I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see people again very soon. Take care.